for tuning in. You're in the right place at the right time. This is the Hear Us Loud podcast where we turn passion into purpose, one voice at a time. And today is our second episode, and we're here. We'd like to start right away without further ado and wasting your time. Let us dive into what it means to be different. What does it actually mean to be different? There is no problem in being different. You can be unique. You can be who you are, you can be who you're meant to be, and not have to feel bad about making that decision.
I hear you on that, and I really agree. Well, where should we start?
Well, standing out. How do you stand out as a person?
Well, entirely to me as a person, I feel standing out comes down to me knowing who I am and knowing my purpose here on earth, I feel. And it also comes down to what you want to be, what you want to become. Yeah, basically that's it.
Yeah, I believe the concept is standing out, not standing in. It is okay to be different. It is very okay not to fit in. That is very normal, and you don't have to force it. You find that today most people want to actually fit in. They want to do more of the engaging into groups just to be accepted by them. They end up doing certain things just to fit in into those things.
But well, it also comes down to the human nature. We are social beings, and I wouldn't blame someone who wants to fit in, but how are you trying to fit in? You don't have to adapt everything. You don't have to do everything that they do. So yeah, I think we should also have like a point of consciousness in the back of our minds. We should know like our limits. We should know I can do this, I can't do this. This is too far. This is, yeah.
I guess you're right on that, because we're living in a generation, it's actually not just ours, but time after time, schools, out of schools, daily life, you are forced, like how the saying goes, do when in Rome, do as the Romans do. You find that you are forced to live in a certain way, go by the customs, follow certain cultures, according to those around you, the people that surround you, where you are, the location, in order to fit in.
Yeah, as I already told you, man, we're human beings and we're always like looking for a sense of belonging. So definitely someone will try to adapt in a society they are in, adapt to the friends they have, adapt to the kind of people they're living with. So on like with time, you find that they've adapted some certain characters or some certain behaviors because they're living with some certain people. And also,
but my question to you goes, why do you look for a sense of belonging if you already know where you belong? If you already know who you are, why do you have to look?
Personally, as I've told you, it comes down to knowing who you are, who you want to be, and who you see yourself becoming. So when I feel like the energy around some people is not right, I would back out, because at the end of the day, it's all about me. You get, and then like to those individuals that get dwelled with like fitting in, you find them doing certain things that they weren't supposed to do, or certain things they never thought they would do, because they're just trying to fit in.
Okay, I believe you're right on that, because there are certain scenarios actually that I've seen where someone does certain things just to fit in, just to feel accepted, and I think it all comes down to the myth of coolness. I put it in quotes for a reason. The myth of coolness, and honestly I believe that real respect comes from authenticity, being yourself. Real respect comes from authenticity.
On that same topic, I would like to ask you, like you as a person, would you need uniqueness or you need social connection?
Would I need uniqueness or social connection? Well, I think honestly the two go hand in hand, because if you're unique, you get the right social connection that matches your uniqueness.
True.
If you're unique, there's a connection that you have with your fellow unique people. You understand that?
But then also, like, what if your uniqueness doesn't match other people's expectations or other people's energy?
That is why I say that it all comes down to having the mindset of it is okay to be different. That you do not have to force yourself to fit in. There are several scenarios where you find that you won't fit in, no matter how hard you try, that you just have to accept it, and the right people will accept you for who you are.
So there's this thing called social identity theory, where people want to be identified by the people they are with. What do you think about it?
Actually, I don't think for most of those scenarios, people being identified for those they're with, it comes down to your surroundings. That saying of birds of a feather flock together. And there is a Bible verse that actually says, show me who you are, show me your friends,
and I'll tell you who you are.
And I'll tell you who you are.
But then also, like,
if you're surrounded by certain people, I can describe who you are. And honestly, I think that most times that rarely applies, because you find that there are certain habits that you have that your people also have, and someone will end up judging you really fast, not knowing who you are, just by judging from your friends. And someone gets offended because you see me doing this, you see my friends doing the exact same habit, so you think we're all alike.
But then also, like, I would like to like, what should I say? I would like to contradict with that statement. Show me your friends, show me who you are. At a point, I feel like me, you, and Jonah, we are friends, but there are those certain characteristics that make us different. But I don't feel like those differences have made us to what can I use? To adapt from each other. If you have certain behaviors, he has certain behaviors, I have certain behaviors, but I don't think like us being close has pressured us to adopt those things. What do you talk about it? What do you think about it? Do you think it's the same scenario with other friend groups, or it's just us?
It is actually the different scenario with other friend groups. That you find that mostly for those guys that are different, that someone has different core values. You may have different core values from me, and I have different core values from you. That we have different personalities. You may be antisocial, and I may be a friendly person. There are things that you think are normal, there are things that I think are normal, and most times we end up seeing eye to eye, and there are things that we do not see eye to eye to.
Yeah.
And you believe that me accepting the core values that you have, that's on me. I can either accept them or refuse. That's exactly. Me accepting who you are. That yes, this is Beckham, I know he does this, I've accepted him, and I'm okay with it. Let's roll. And there is you also saying, you know what, I'm not going to deal with this, I can't do this anymore. Keep your lane, I keep my lane.
So let's talk about the next thing. Why do you think some people stand out?
Like you said, uniqueness. There are two reasons that you're going to stand out, and it's only two. One, being unique in a good way. Two, being unique in a bad way. What makes you unique in a good way are the things that you do, the good things that you do when no one's watching or when someone's watching. That you will do certain things when no one is seeing you, and the good things that you do behind curtains are what make you who you are. That's actually who you are. And the bad things that you also do when no one's watching, I honestly believe that those are the things that make you who you are, because you find yourself that in a world that we're living in, when you want to be unique, you have to make certain movements, you have to move differently. That we're living in a social media life, we live in a life of lots of internet, lots of TikTok. That I show Speed, for example, he's a very funny guy, and he's unique for that, he's known for that. That's what makes him stand out,
because he's a funny guy.
Then you also have, let's say, Andrew Tate. Now those two people are two different people. Two different universes. But they're both standing out. They're both standing out for two different unique things. They're both unique in their own way. One is known for lots of money, riches, and having schools. This one known for his jokes,
and being toxic.
Things. Yeah, that out. Exactly. So you find that someone becomes unique with the things they do. They stand out in different ways. Everyone has their own way that they stand out. That I may try to stand out in your way, and it won't work for me. You may try to stand out in my way or his way, and it won't work out for him.
Anyway, so let's talk about the impact of influence. What do you think are the pros and cons of influence?
What do you mean influence? Be specific on influence.
I would say social influence, friend influence, social media influence, things that influence us to do certain things. What do you think are the pros and cons? Like, what are the positive and negative sides of influence?
Thank you for that question. Well, I'll begin with social media. We've adopted a life of facades where we have a mask. Social media has become sort of a mask for us, and personally that's very corresponding with me. It matches me, because you find that on social media you may
have a different self-image.
You may have a different image. You see this person, you go, oh, let me check his Instagram right now. You're seeing his pictures. He does not smile. He does not have girls on his Instagram. He does not have this. So you get a different perception of me in your mind. And what I think of you is off social media. You've not got it from me. What you think of me is a different perception too. You get that?
Yeah, I really get that.
So you find that social media is creating masks for everyone, and both good and bad, whatever they may be, that someone can choose to hide behind that mask, and they're very comfortable with it. And you find someone in actual life, face to face, and there's a totally different picture. It's a totally different person.
I get, but then also on the point of influence, I feel like people are being influenced to find themselves. People are being influenced to find purpose. People are being influenced to inspire others. So I would think influence to me is all around, and it's that thing like we have to look at critically. Like, there's a certain type of way you influence me, there's a certain type of way I influence you, same as other people in your life. And I believe that if people are really critical and analyze the positive things about people, and like they adapt those positive things about them, would all call at a better place. But then
very much
there's this stage whereby people are only adapting the negative things. I don't know why. Saras has done this. I also have to do it because Saras has done this. And I really don't understand why someone can't stick to their self and know that, you know what, I'm different and I stand for this. Because so and so has done this, I don't have to do it.
Exactly.
And then, I don't know why, but my examples really come from the girls. Please don't at me. So, girls have this thing whereby if my girl is doing this, if my girl is in a relationship, she'll inspire me, she'll influence me to be in a relationship. But then for boys, I don't think it's that deep. If you're seeing someone, I wouldn't be forced to see someone because Sarah is seeing someone. But a girl would also want to have that feeling that the other is having, just because she's having it and she's influencing her to have it. What do you think about it?
Well, honestly, I think you can be influenced from someone's values. That if you know your values and you stick to them, you're not intimidated, you're confident, you're standing on your ground with your values. That even if someone knows that, okay, I go to church every Sunday, okay, I read a novel once a week, okay, I listen to music. These are the things that make you, these are your values, that you go by them, you're obliged to follow them, you're sticking to them. But then you find that someone is afraid to live by their own values. Someone is going to cast away their own values, the way they live, and adopt someone else's values.
Anyway, I think we have spoke about that loud and clear. Let's say to our next topic. Owning your own uniqueness without seeking validation.
The question stands. Let me pose a question to that. How do you own your own uniqueness without seeking for validation?
Well, as me as a person, my own uniqueness is me. Validation is another thing. I don't need validation to justify my own uniqueness. You get? And I believe we are all different people. We are all different creatures. We have different DNAs.
Exactly.
And not in 100 million times will someone called Beckham be here, or someone with my same likeness and everything. So it comes down to me knowing that this is me. I'm a character in this movie called life, and I'm different.
Exactly.
And everyone is living a different way, so I don't really need to seek validation from someone having a different experience.
That's why you see that most people today have refused to accept that it is okay to be different. It is okay to be who you are, that you don't have to live in a certain way just to be accepted by the environment, just to be accepted by the crowd. The same way you've put it out and said that you do not need to seek validation, that you live your own life, everyone has a different way of living it. That someone out there won't agree with that.
I totally understand why they wouldn't agree. They're on this, how will they see me? How do they see
How will I
things?
be perceived?
How will I be perceived?
Exactly.
How do they take my self-image? And yet, ultimately, we are individuals in this earth who really face things in a different way. We see things in a different way.
Yeah.
We think differently. We approach things in a different way. So I don't really see the need for validation from anyone. And also this also goes down to, I don't know. Okay. The only person I would need validation from would be God, honestly speaking. I only need God's validation. No one else.
Let me ask you this. Do you know that 90% of the reason someone seeks validation is because of fear of rejection?
Then you just have to encounter that. You have to learn that rejection is everywhere. You have to learn to live with it. Not everyone is going to accept you.
Exactly. But some people take rejection heavily, that they cannot imagine being rejected by the public, they cannot imagine being rejected by the community, that I'm going to have to change, that, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to be accepted, they can't see me doing this, I have to dress like this, I have to do this, I have to do my hair like this.
I have to sugarcoat my personality.
Exactly, I have to come with a smile, I have to do this. She wrongs me and I put a smile. Yet deep down you know that it's something that you would react to, something that you would not allow, and normally you would not allow it. And you end up going past your core values, you end up going against your own morals just to accommodate the other person.
And then about seeking validation, I feel like every individual should be where they're accepted and not be where they are not accepted. Like, why should you struggle? Why should you force it?
In other words, know your circle.
Know your people. Like,
know your people.
Yeah. If people knew their people, they wouldn't be having this fear for rejection, because why do I need the whole world when I have these few people who understand me? I don't need the whole world to know who I am. I don't need the whole world to give me approval. So if people really come to this agreement and really understand that they really need a few people who understand them, a few people who would accept them for who they are, life would move on. You don't really need 1,000 people to come and see what you're doing.
I get you.
So
that's it. There's this thing that my parent usually tells me, the greatest wrong you can do to yourself is breaking a promise that you made to yourself.
True. That hurts different.
To yourself. That's another form of procrastination, but this goes deeper, because a promise is a debt. So in other words, you're indebting yourself. You made a promise that, okay, from today, this is how I'm going to be living my life, this is what I'm going to be doing, and you're breaking your own promise. How, if you cannot live by your own promises, how do you expect to follow promises that you made to other people?
Exactly.
How
That's
do
why
you
I was
expect?
telling you should leave room for disappointment from other people. We always keep on saying that because people always disappoint you, but don't disappoint yourself. Like, come on, it's
that's where actually I wanted to open up from. I got a text yesterday from a friend of mine. She's called Tranella. Shout out to Tranella, by the way.
Shout out to Tranella.
She texted me and said, Cyrus, why do people always say expect less and you won't be let down? And she said, okay, personally to me, I have this thing in my head where I expect less and I won't be hurt. If I expect less, I won't be let down. Then it hit my mind that, okay, fine, someone can have that mindset. Okay, give me your perception on that. What do you think about that?
My point of view on that is people are not perfect. People will indefinitely or definitely let you down with or without their own understanding or their own will. So it's naturally to live for disappointment. Even the Son of God was disappointed.
Yeah.
So
Was betrayed.
who am I not to expect disappointment? And it ultimately comes down to learning to move on also.
Yeah.
We keep on saying this. If something happens that you didn't expect from someone, let it be and just move on. Don't blame yourself. Don't haunt it. Don't dwell on it, basically.
Most people end up blaming themselves and say, why didn't I see it coming? Why did I let my guard down? Well, honestly, my simple saying on that goes that just because someone has let you down does not mean you have to start expecting less.
Don't lament.
That means you're lowering your standards. You expecting less means you're lowering your standards, that you expect less from everyone. And the day a lot comes to you, you'll be excited for it. You'll be overwhelmed about it because you've always been expecting less. So something small may eventually excite you. That once you lower your standards, those are standards you put yourself at, and you expect less from everyone. Don't expect a lot because you do not want to be disappointment. But disappointment is part of life. You have to learn to live with it. You have to learn to move by it. Do not let it put you down, because if you keep expecting less and in fear of rejection, in fear of disappointment, in fear of being hurt, you're not going to live.
That's what I said. You keep on lamenting each other day that passes by. So and so has hurt me, so and so has done this.
Yeah. There's actually a scenario. There's a scenario one time we were at school, and a girl, I think it was her birthday. Yes, it was her birthday. It was her birthday actually, yeah. I've just forgotten the day it was. Well, they went out of the girls' dormitory. They came this side to the boys' side. And the girls had actually planned with the boys' side that, oh, we're going to surprise her, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So the girl did not know anything. So then the boys thought that, okay, fine, we're seeing them coming this side, but what's the matter? They wanted to surprise the boy. It was his birthday. Then the boy came out. He was on his own stuff because he knew he's a boy. He's not used to celebrating birthdays. He's very okay with it. What you do is come, happy birthday, bro. That's it. But then he expected something different that day. He thought maybe they'd see something from him, because he has had this mindset all his life that he does not expect a birthday. So he has no need for it. That you have learned how to live with certain things in your life, that you get used to them. You've learned how to live with no birthday, that the day you actually get one, you don't know how to react to it. You do not know how to accept it, that, oh my God, I should be overwhelmed. Oh my God, I should show excitement. I should show happiness. They brought the gifts to him. They brought everything to him.
And he stayed calm.
And he stayed very calm.
Like,
and he was that was the most composure I'd ever seen a guy have. Everyone's screaming and he has his hands in his pocket. He's looking around.
I feel like me and that person share something in common, because I really don't know how to show excitement. Like, let me say it's a birthday or something. I will I'll say thank you, but I don't know how I'll have to overreact. Like, I don't know how to react over like such things, like a surprise or what. I'll definitely live in the moment. Notice there's a difference in what in the way of events, but I won't dwell on it. Like, I don't know. It's just that. So yeah.
Yeah, I get the what you're trying to say. Then that's why I believe that most people today need to learn how to be happy. Learn to love yourself. Learn to accept joy. Joy is not a bad thing. Joy is not something that just because you were hurt in a long time ago, just because someone let you down, does not mean that you have to keep looking back to that. Does not mean that you have to keep remembering what put you down. Move on. Live your life. There's more life has to give. Life has lots of universe, lots of amazing things that you have not seen, that you have not experienced. So do not be put down just because that one person let you down. God knows if you're going to even have them in your life 10 years from now.
True.
Only God knows. So you regulating and circumnavigating your entire life around that one person, around that one thing, around that one feeling does not verify that it is the way you should move your life by. It is not what should regulate your life. It is not what you should live by day in, day out.
There's this one thing I would like to tell people, like, get out of your what?
Comfort zone.
Of your comfort zone. Experience life.
Yeah.
Do try out like new things. Experience life. Try reading books. Try finding yourself on a deeper level. Try to find out the things that make you happy, even when others are not there. I think there are people who learn to live a happy life.
Yeah. Well, all I can say as we conclude is this week you're hearing me loud and clear. Challenge yourself. Get out of his comfort zone. As he has said, move away from your comfort zone because you're not going to be protected for the rest of your life. You're going to have to experience some things. Pain is what makes us who we are. Pain strengthens us. Pain is not a bad thing. In my own understanding, actually, pain is just weakness leaving the body.
And I feel like pain just shapes you to be who you're really supposed to be.
Exactly. We learn lessons from pain. We do not let it put us down. We do not let this pain dictate who we are after that. Oh my God, I've been hurt. You know what? I'm done with love. I'm done with happiness. I'm done with joy. There is more life has to give. Life does not end there. You have to keep moving on. It's not the end. It's not just, okay, fine. You know what? I'm done. I'm off the streets, what. Find someone saying, now I'm a whore, now I'm this, now I'm what. This is my new life now, new year, new me. Or because someone hurt you. It does not really come down to that, guys. Remember who you are. Know your values. Do not let someone dictate your values, because if someone is able, listen to this, if someone is able to control your emotions, they can control you.
True.
If they are able to flicker your emotions, they can control you.
Trust me how many bad days you're going to have because of this one person.
Exactly. So if they keep on having your emotions in their hand like this, you're angry, I'm making him angry, I'm making him sad, I'm making him happy. You're not putting your emotions in control. You have them in your hand, and this is what is making you move according to them. They're dictating how you react. They're dictating your emotions. So all I'm saying is, guys, learn how to control your emotions. Learn how to live a happy life. Do not be put down by whatever happens. Yeah? Continue being happy. The world does not end there. Be joyful. Be energetic. Be lively. Life does not end there.
In conclusion,
yes,
let's accept that everyone at a point will hurt you. But the best or the ultimate feeling is moving on and accepting that not every day you're going to be, or we're going to cut that out.
Exactly. You just have to accept that the right people will accept you. That you do not have to change your personality, you do not have to change who you are, but the right people in the right time will accept you for who you are. Someone out there, there's a saying that I usually say that says, someone out there loves what you hate about yourself.
Anyway, let's conclude today's episode.
So feel free, guys, to catch us anytime. Reach out for the comment section. Tell us, share your opinions on what you think about this. Share your pains. What have you faced? It is okay to be different, guys. Being different does not make you wrong. It does not mean that you're always in a wrong. It is okay to be unique. Stand out. Stand out. Remember, do not stand in the crowd.
Actually, what I wanted to say was accept that not everyone will understand or like you,
Exactly.
and that's okay. True self-ownership means being at peace with that. So yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Hear Us Loud podcast. I'm your host, Cyrus Road, together with me,
Beckham. Catch us next time.
Catch us next time. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Hear Us Loud podcast, where we turn passions into purpose, one voice at a time.
You have to cut out a lot of things. You think can cut out?
Next time I'm bringing this guy.
I told you to go.
Yeah, I've been hitting things.
I told you to go. Don't come back. Go and watch.
What is that again?
I told you to go. Go watch Rick and Morty. Okay. I saw you pressing that thing. You turned off the video.
I pressed it after. Like when we ended.
When you ended, I saw you pressing that before. Like.
I was just holding
it. I tapped the thing. It was not.
It was still on.
I pressed the thing to do the cutting, the sound.
The sound for
And
the
you
end.
had jack it.
My eye just changed.
You just leave it there.
How long was this thing?
30 minutes.
For real?
Yeah. 30 minutes. Okunye.
This has brought his equip, he has brought his match. We are going to sell the podcast. We are going to auction.
We are going to auction from here, boys.
Big man.
Wow.
First bring that bag, man.
Guy moves with this bag. You guy already caught the bag.
This racks.
You already caught the bag. Don't wake up to get
You
boys.
should buy the shit.
Okay, how is business doing?
Bad, man.
I need
Guys,
shit like that, man.
Guys are not buying. But you want things like this?
I want shit like that. I went to town.
I just
It's we'll bring 20 and get food.
So like, Ojo, you go to town every day?
Hey, I go to town every day.
And just sit in the shop.
Yeah, I sit then if there's nothing I come back.
But it's like your own shop.